Take the red pill and remain in the real physical world, or take the blue pill and get sucked into the metaverse, where everything is possible and anyone can be anything they want. But at what cost?
Because democracy basically means by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Hello, humans, avatars, and aliens watching us with contempt. I have decided to take a deep dive into a subject that's still not totally mainstream, but that is definitely linked to the hellish dystopia we are descending into. The Metaverse, brought to you by Mark Zuckerberg, from the infamous Facebook, that is now so passé and basically a place where old people share pictures of cats. I am definitely not there anymore. And that is what he's counting on. We're also over Facebook. He's rebranding his evil company as something else. The Metaverse. The next level of the virtual hell the internet can become. Before we go down the rabbit hole, take a second to hit subscribe if you enjoy content that is not meant to lower your IQ, but rather focuses on truth, real justice, and facts, and to help you get through the day in these very confusing and ghastly moments in human history. Let me give you a little bit of a backstory about the metaverse. The term was coined in Neil Stephenson's 1992 science fiction novel Snow Crash, where humans as avatars interact with each other and software agents in a three-dimensional virtual space that uses the metaphor of the real world. Concepts similar to the metaverse have appeared under a variety of names in the cyberpunk genre of fiction as far as 1981. The concept of cyberspace, which first appeared in the short story Burning Chrome by William Gibson in 1982, was a central theme in his 1984 groundbreaking novel Neuromancer. The metaverse is distinct from the more inclusive concept of cyberspace because it reflects the totality of shared online space across all dimensions of representation. And I'm quoting this. The elements of the metaverse include video conferencing, games like Minecraft or Roblox, cryptocurrencies, email, virtual reality, social media, and live streaming. The metaverse ecosystem considers user-centric elements including avatars, content creation, virtual economy, social acceptability, security and privacy, and trust and accountability. Right. Okay, so now let's talk about the Facebook metaverse. I am sure you're familiar with the concept of virtual reality. You put a VR headset on your eyes, sometimes your ears, and you can immerse yourself in a virtual world that feels three-dimensional as if you're actually there. This concept and the technology that makes it possible is something that has been in the works since the 1990s, as far as I know, probably earlier. I personally remember living in Fort Lauderdale in the late 90s, and there was a virtual reality simulator thing where you could go and get stepped into this whole body rig and experience the early version of a virtual world. That is now gone, but doing research for this video, I found out that a full VR arcade is now operating in North Miami. Many movies and shows deal with the idea of virtual worlds we can immerse ourselves in, like Ready Player One, Surrogates, The 13th Floor, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, and of course The Matrix, the mad daddy of the whole concept. And when it comes to serious shows like Unplugged, Black Mirror, Reverie, Caprica, The Feed, and Altered Carbon, and more. More recently, the movie Free Guy comes to mind, starring one of my favorite actors, who's also Deadpool. Those are all fictional works, but the science fiction genre has always had a knack for predicting the future, good or bad. Oh, 1984, anyone? Or Brave New World? It seems to me we are living in a reality that is very similar to a blend of these two movies. And now, the idea of a virtual world that we can spend most of our time in is, well, real. And I am not signing up for it just yet. Because, well, it is being brought to you by people that have been doing very evil things. Let's watch this clip. It's Mark Zuckerberg and a reporter doing a demo of Facebook version of the Metaverse.
Let's talk about Metaverse, because, you know, for most people, it's a term that they're not familiar with. And if they are familiar with it, they don't really know what it means. It reminds me when we first heard about the internet. What is it? www what? How does that work?
So I think of the Metaverse as the next generation of the internet. Instead of being an internet that we look at, it's an internet that we are a part of, or that we can be inside of. I always wanted to help build this kind of immersive system that you could be in with your friends and feel like you were present together, but go explore, other planets or other periods of time. So today we're announcing a new service called Workrooms. It's basically a virtual reality service for collaborating together and doing work. You can include everyone, but it's this pretty amazing experience where, you feel like you're really right there with your colleagues.
Workrooms is used on Facebook's Oculus Quest 2 virtual reality headsets. Once inside, you can customize your own avatar. Mark, I'm in.
All right, welcome.
Oh my God, you've got freckles on your nose.
I have freckles in real life too, so I'm trying to do the best with my avatar.
Do you like my glasses? I like it in here.
Your avatar looks great.
Wait, Mark, this is so cool. Wait, just stop for a second, because every gesture you make, I can see all your hands, your expressions. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, this is, one of the things that makes the biggest difference to me is, I don't know if you've had this experience on video
Zoom
conferences, is basically you're looking at a grid of faces.
Yes.
And there's no sense of space, right? So when you're really talking to people in person, you have this experience where, you're on my right, I'm on your left, right?
Yes.
We kind of have a shared sense of space, and we remember the place that we were in as part of how we are having the conversation. And there's all this stuff, all this technology that goes into delivering this. For example, spatial audio, right? So what you'll probably notice is, when I talk to you, it's coming from your left, right?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, that's an important part of how, we as people process the sense of space that we have and presence in the world, is that, it's not like in real life we have a grid of faces and all the sound is just coming at us from exactly the same place. But, we're very optimistic that in 5 years from now, people are going to be able to live where they want and work from wherever they want. But are going to be able to feel present as if they're together when they're doing that.
Yes.
So that's pretty neat.
And Mike's in the middle, yeah.
And then, check this out. I can basically go and go stand at the whiteboard.
Oh.
And
wow.
It's like brainstorming, just like in a normal meeting that you would have been in. So, but I do just think that going forward, there are going to be more people who work remotely. So I think that there's an important place for offices for people to come together, but I also think that there's an important place for people who may want to live with their, stay with their family or where they grew up, but also want to get access to opportunities that maybe historically would have only been in New York or, in LA. And I think that will be the case in the next 5 to 10 years. I think we'll have devices that will be, like a normal pair of glasses that you can wear that can put holograms into the world. And I think we'll just have these amazing and magical experiences. I think it's going to be wild. And
Did you cringe a little or a lot? I definitely did. Let's not even talk about the fact that the avatars have no legs. Now, let me make it clear. A lot of other tech companies are working on the idea of the metaverse. I am just focusing on Zuckerberg and Facebook because everyone is familiar with him. This is being presented as a way for people to get together in virtual reality, mostly because they have to stay home and apart to do some real or imagined viral thing, or because they choose to stay in their home because they're antisocial, I don't know, instead of going out to work and socialize. So as I was researching the latest news, Regarding Facebook, center on the fact that the company is looking to hire over 30,000 of people in Europe to work to develop this metaverse. And also that Facebook is in the process of changing its name and rebranding itself to be seen in a more positive light. They don't like the fact that they are already associated with the idea of a virtual platform where people can go to lose themselves, scroll endlessly for a dopamine rush again and again and again, when instead they could be spending real quality time with friends and family in real life. And there's the fact that in the last year or two, they have decided to also censor opinions they don't like and manipulate information with the so-called fact checkers. Side note, I have never been happier in the last few years since about 3 months ago when I deleted the Facebook. Seriously, best thing I ever did. So the evil troll known as Mark Zuck is now rebranding. He is no longer happy with harvesting everyone's data and censoring any dissenting opinions. No, now he's ready to put all of you plebs into your virtual pods where you can all be your unicorn selves. And if you say or think the wrong thing, he will just delete you from his metaverse. You'll be gone. Which is poised to be the next actual reality where everyone is supposed to live and be a good pleb, pod pleb. I find this very terrifying. I don't want to be a cartoon avatar with no legs, meeting my coworkers in the virtual world. I like going to a place where I work that is different from the place where I live and interacting with real humans there, even if sometimes we disagree. I like having a real body and wearing real clothes and being a human, and I do my best to take care of my human body. I mention this because I am sure a lot of people will find the metaverse tempting because there you can look any way you want. And for those that do not like the way they look, this can be a way to feel better about themselves. But it's a trap. I bet Mark Zuckerberg and his allies in the coming months are going to try and convince you that you should join in the metaverse to do most of your business and your pleasure. Because you know, diseases, stay in your home, stay in your pods, plebs, so you don't cause any more climate change, so you don't spread your nasty germs. You gross plebs. Oh look, you can be a cute furry if you want in the metaverse, not your fat, disgusting self. You can buy different outfits for your avatar from all these brands that you already love. I'm not even joking. There are already many moving parts of the metaverse that are operational, and many companies are getting in on it and creating virtual products that you can buy. Many of them clothing, shoes, accessories, whatever. I know that this in some way is going to become more mainstream. Hopefully it will be used for good, but I doubt it. Because most people are idiots and they like shiny things and easy things.
Because democracy basically means by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
That's why instead of using their smartphones to learn anything, they use them to play Candy Crush and watch TikTok videos. So if we take that and allow it to be a full-fledged virtual world that mimics a reality, we will literally have pod people. Look, I don't know if evil globalists plan this or if it's just a natural evolution of technology and people, but I think we're at a very dangerous crossroads and we need to really consider our options. I say don't go for it. Keep interacting with people in the real world, in real life as much as you can. Go outside, unless you're like in Australia, because I don't think you're allowed to anymore. Sorry. Learn to grow food, learn how to build things, real things. Move your body, exercise. We did not get this far as a civilization to become pod people do not willingly go into the Matrix pod, because once you're in there, you might not want to get out. I'm not against using VR to play an occasional game if you're into that sort of thing, but this level of virtual reality can be addicting and dangerous. For the Elevant part of this video, I will share some great personal news with you related to what we just talked about, and doing completely the opposite. My family and I just acquired a lot of acres of beautiful undeveloped land in an undisclosed location. This makes me very happy because now we have a small piece of America in a state that is still like America used to be. And over the next year, we will be building a homestead there, so we don't have to live in pods. We still plan to travel around in the RV for a while, but the way things are going, I figure it's important to have your own land that you own, that you can protect and enjoy. I'll give you more details on that later. I hope you liked this video and found it useful. Please share it, give it a like, and do anything else you would like with it. I don't care. How do you feel about the metaverse? Let me know in the comments, please. Thank you and bye.